If you have knowledge of something, there's nothing wrong with sharing that with another teammate, whether it's somebody that's in your group or not.
You know, it's all a family. We're all trying to help each other. Nobody's trying to step on anybody's toes. But if you see something, you say something.
I'm assuming the expectation, and I ask all three of you gentlemen this question, is to compete for, if not win, another championship this year.
I mean, it belongs to us.
That backfired.
What's going on, y'all? It's our season finale episode, Bearcats Blitz. So, as Coach Roque just said, you know, things didn't quite end up the way that the Bearcats hoped this season. But this is progress because it did make it to the championship this year. So, obviously, again, not the ending, but we getting there. All right. So I have here with me two of the players for the team as well as Coach Roque. So I'll let these gentlemen for the last time introduce themselves to everybody, let y'all know a little bit about them. And you'll be seeing these faces again somewhere next year, right? Justin, we'll start with you, sir.
Justin Piper, number 17 from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, defensive back and linebacker.
We'll go to you, Big Zion, then we'll go to Coach last.
Zahere Ritman, number 65, offensive lineman from Burlington City, New Jersey.
Coach.
AJ Roque, just a guy that's here, man. Slap somebody that can't finish.
Coach, it's tough, man. So let's get straight into it. So you obviously made a championship game. You got to make it to win it. You did make the championship game. Didn't quite finish the way you wanted it to. But I'll ask you guys a question. What do you feel like could have been a little different to get the outcome that, you know, you guys wanted for the season? Justin, I'll start with you.
Sticking to Bearcats football, less of the penalties, less of shooting ourselves in the foot, less of beating ourselves. I feel like that was really the main thing.
I'm gonna say just playing 60 minutes and finish it to the clock hit zero, you know, and playing Bearcat football.
Yeah. Playing 60 minutes of football, you know, not 59 point whatever it was. Yeah, 59.7 minutes. Like penalties are gonna happen. It's just certain points, man. They just killed us. They crushed us. Man.
I had the pleasure of, you know, being able to go to the game, right? Meet a lot of these gentlemen, these two gentlemen on the screen for sure, Coach Roque, and several other players on both teams. And I can say I really felt like everybody wanted it, right? But I think sometimes in games you have ebbs and flows, you know, and how you handle those kind of can determine the game. And, you know, there was a time early in the game where Bearcats were up, if I remember correctly, 13.
Yep, 13-0.
Yeah, 13-0. And then things just kind of started going back and forth after that point. Some different things happened. But I think the fight was there. There wasn't any quit. There wasn't a point where you said, oh, the Bearcats gave up, you know, or Mississippi just didn't took control of the game. It just so happened that they ended up with the ball last, and were able to put those last points on the board. But definitely a good competitive game. So I want to try to focus on the positives here, right? Because I know you guys feeling I get it. I've been in, not on this level, but high school, D3 basketball. Understanding like you get to a certain level and you want to have success, and you don't quite have the success that you want. But this was a very well played game, I would say. Like there were some penalties and different things, but well played game. I thought this game showcased the Bearcats and the Wolfpack as teams that have a lot of quality players and well coached, teams. And somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. Obviously, you guys didn't want it to be you, but I think this is a game that we'll look back on and say, man, this is a game that kind of turned things around for AAL2. So, how do you guys feel about that aspect of the game?
I mean, as far as for the league, it was a great game, right? For new teams that want to come in to see competitive, good football on display, right? And that's what that game was. And I think the league, won that night, but it sucks when you're the better team, right, by far, but you can't get it done. That's the part that hurts. I know I had to get away from the positives, but damn.
I mean, it's tough. It's still fresh. It's tough. It's still fresh. I get it. Zah, Justin, y'all got anything y'all want to add to that? Any thoughts?
You can go.
Positive would be no fight, but I mean that's expected. You're not supposed to quit. Like it's a dangerous game at the end of the day. So takeaways, it's hard. It's hard.
You talk about putting a team away. You allow teams to hang around, right? That shouldn't, and that's what happens. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It gets bad when you let a team that shouldn't be hang around, because things can go left or right with that. And you've seen first half. I know it's not a positive, but the first half we threw a pick six that they got them up 13 6, first one of the year. Then we come out of the half and we got a fumble. They recover it and go down and score. It's like you can't do that.
Yeah. And those are things that, like you guys said, those aren't things that have been happening. 2 turnover games for the Bearcats. That's not something you would expected. But at the same time, that's one of those things, like you said, we talked about all year about putting your foot on their throat and never taking it off. Whenever you take it off, things can happen, bad things can happen, because you don't ever want to give any opponent, right? No matter how you feel about talent level, you don't want to give any opponent that chance, because if you give them that chance, as we saw, they can take advantage of that.
Yep.
I think from my perspective, I'll say this. I think that everything does happen for a reason, right? And I think this will be a moment they'll relight some fires, something to add on, chips on shoulders. Some guys will be back. Some guys may be going other places. But I think everybody that was part of this 2025 Bearcats team is going to have that chip on their shoulder. So wherever if they're back here, if they're somewhere else, they're going to remember how this season ended. And I definitely think there's going to be motivation. I definitely think it's going to be a heavy learning experience. It's not a learning experience that I know you guys wanted, but I think it will be something that will end up being a good long-term lesson for everybody involved.
Mm-hmm. Got a little stat for you. Our 2 losses at home, right, in that building, have came with total 0.7 seconds on the clock.
Mm-hmm. The Stampede.
Two losses in that building. First one was 2023, first game of the year. That we lost with 0.4 seconds on the clock. And this one, when they snapped, it was at 0.3.
That is crazy. That is crazy. For those watching, right, other teams, whatever. It's tough when you have it down in there and you kind of feel like, all right, we got this. But there's just that little slither of time. Got to play through the very, very, very end. And, there's different variables, but there's also, like you guys talked about, there's also earlier in the game, right? There's also other opportunities that was given, the fumble, the interception, drives that didn't put points on the board, drives that you allowed them to have. That kind of like, man, I wish we could have that back. Kickoffs, a whole lot of things.
Defense played well, though. Gotta say that.
The defense did play well, absolutely.
And the run game, I think. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I just had to say, 30 for 30, has 6 carries for 7 yards.
Yeah, I did not allow him to.
But they're gonna say they got the ring. They did. But I was just saying that, defense played well, man. He ran over everyone during the regular season.
Yep. Even they said on the post show, even they said that they had to kind of switch it up and take him out of the running because y'all, weren't allowing him to run. And I will say that everyone I talked to from the Wolfpack all said those guys are a heck of a team. They didn't use the word heck of, but y'all guys are a heck of a team. And it made sense why y'all were there. They just were able to, get the win. And there's a lot to be said about how you win and how you lose, right? Some people win, they gloat, and they're all over social media. They're all over, yeah, we win, we better, blah, blah, blah. And, some people lose, and it's complete meltdown, and you're ready to fight the other team and all this stuff. And then some guys are able to say, hey, it sucks that we lost. Not happy about that. I'm pissed off. But at the end of the day, it's a game we played. We know why we lost. We know what we should have done differently. And we're going to own that. And see, those are the teams that end up long-term winners. Because when you can have the ecstasy of victory and the agony of defeat, when you can handle those the right way, it says a lot about the players. It says a lot about the coaches. It says a lot about the makeup of guys. Because it's more than just winning and losing. It's also the makeup. Because you think about the game, you think about guys who want to go to the next level, guys who want to be seen. When you see the game and you see the game in, and you see guys, they down, they're upset, but they're still showing sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? You see guys win, they celebrate the win, but they're not like gloating and, overdoing it too much. When you're a coach on another level, when you're somebody that's looking at specific players and you say, okay, these guys know how to handle losing, because you're not going to always win. You may go to a team on the next level that's one of the worst teams, and that's why they're looking for people. You may go to one of the best teams because something happens, somebody retires, somebody gets injured, whatever the case may be. But how can you handle the ups and the downs? And the Bearcats showed me that they can handle the downs as well as the ups. And for that, I have a lot of respect for the organization. To take the L like that and just own it. You know what I'm saying? That's a big flex. That's a big respect for me. And I know that other guys looking at players on the team, looking at this league, looking at this team, are saying, okay, these guys can handle when things don't go their way. That's part of sports. So big up to you guys for that.
No, yeah. For one, I can tell you, for me, boy, inside, I was on fire, still am. But right, you look back at we came up with that the other day, literally because of that game, right? Reality over emotions, because there was a lot of emotions. I'm sure everybody had them, right? But you got to look at the reality part of that too. And, right, there's things that definitely we did not do to win that game, right? Because no game is ever won and lost on one play. Never.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's big, man. That's a big understanding, man. So, Justin, I want to phrase this question correctly, right? The moment when the game was over and you realized that y'all were not the winner, as cleaned up as you could possibly make it, how did you feel?
I'll go first. I was confused on like what happened, you know.
Yeah.
And when I came up to you after and I said, "Did that really just happen?" And I kept looking at the scoreboard and I'm like, "Nah, that's not real. Like we didn't lose. Like it just happened too fast,
Yeah.
you know." But like at the end of the day, it still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably gonna hurt for a while, but I can't let it hurt for a long time because I gotta move on and get ready for next season.
Yeah.
Still trying to process it. It didn't feel real. Like Zah said, it happened so fast with everything. It was like, I don't know. Still hurts, still processing it. It's still kind of hard to like even talk about in reality. Like,
yeah,
folks have been asking what happened, and it's just like, it's football. They score more points than us at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm gonna let it hurt though, like, because the hurt is just not. It's not going to make me stagnant. It's not going to make me, crippled at the end of the day. Like, that's the type of thing that drives me. So that's how I'm gonna use it.
People got to understand, like, that's what's sorry, next year. Like, sorry, just saying that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Cause somebody has to deal with that.
I gotta pay
right from now until next April 11th. Like somebody has to deal with that on April 11th, and then April 18th, and then April, like, just continuing.
Right, the chip on the shoulder is a dangerous thing, and it's a real thing. When you suffer that kind of loss, I know Zah said, "I'm gonna put the pain away." If that's what works for Zah, then that's what works for Zah. But I know for me in the situation, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna have anything I can get that can be motivational from this, pictures, quotes, whatever. I'm adding bad boys in a folder. And if I ever feel like I need a little extra motivation, I'm gonna go pop that bad boy open and read everything in there.
Yep.
And like I said, different people handle those things differently. But I think the main thing is going to be the main thing, and that's going to be, we were there in our stadium, and we let another team come in and beat us in our stadium.
Yep.
Somebody's going to pay for that. A lot of people are going to pay for that, and I wouldn't expect anything less. Like I said, you guys got the tough punch from everybody all season. Everybody was ready to play the Bearcats. And what's going to be great about it is, boy,
what's going to come. Yeah.
Just seeing how you guys bounce back from this. It's going to be important.
Yeah. Definitely going to bring in a team that, and guys that, we want to beat everybody by 100. Like, not make that a figure speech either. Like somebody, they got to pay. Like, oh, man. It's not even about being cocky. It's just
I get it, man.
What we're trying to do.
Make it a statement.
Yeah.
No. And we talked about leading up to the game and throughout the season, execution on every play, execution every game, and how trying to be better than last game every game. And it could be tricky. You know, we talked about also the team, the construction of the team. We had about 50-50 veterans and young guys.
Yep,
So you had some guys that, you know, may have felt a little extra tense being in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So we had it on both sides.
Yeah, for us though, that's going to be every year because guys leave and right, and we always want to bring in the best guys, right? So they might be better than the guys we had this year. The guys didn't leave. It's just that we found better players,
right?
You know, so. But I could say that probably majority of the guys, if they don't move up, will probably be back for sure. Right, and if they do move up and it doesn't work out, right, the door is always open.
Yeah.
Like once you're with the Bearcats, that door never ever closes unless you close and you don't want to play no more.
Yeah, I dig it. That's an important part too. That you know, you get good players, you give them the opportunity. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it's not even them. It's just the situation. And then if that doesn't work, you know, they do have the ability to be able to say, hey, I want to come back. Can I get back with y'all? That's an important part too that I think some people may not understand or recognize, but that's an important part of this whole thing as well. That continuity, that brotherhood, that family that you guys build. And we talked about that in the pregame interviews for the championship game. I'm not gonna keep talking about the game, guys. Y'all want to keep talking about it. I get it. So,
all right.
Let's move on. So, first thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna talk about a certain individual on you guys' team that was the offensive player of the year, and that was me. I got him.
Yep.
Yes.
Where somebody said the Chris Brown of the AAL2, and now that I see it, like I can't unsee it now.
Yeah, that's him.
And for those of you new to the thing, it's Mateo Rodriguez, just so y'all know. Weird. But yeah, the Chris Brown, Mateo do rock the different hairstyles. That's for sure. The different hair colors. So I had a chance to talk to him about winning the award, and he was very appreciative, very humble about winning, and said one thing that I think all three of you guys would identify with. He said, "I give the award back if we win the game." And I feel that. I understand that, but at the same time, and it's great to have a young guy, first year in the league, win your offensive player of the year. You know, we could even go to your offensive, defensive MVPs as well. You know, PJ, the league
stud MVP.
Got injured in the playoffs, but outstanding regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, had games of 9 touchdowns, 7, 6, 5, 3 touchdowns, 3 games. Like, it was finished after like the 9 touchdown game, like week 7. It was over with. That was the MVP. Like, what were you talking about?
Right. Man, it was just I feel like a really great season. It's some quarterbacks that really shine. Mateo played very well as well, and opportunities. You know, PJ has an opportunity. Hopefully, he'll take advantage of that. You know, maybe guys will be looking at Mateo and a lot of the other guys from the league as well. A lot of guys from the guys' team. But it's good to be able to highlight these guys. We'll go through the Bearcats players that are on the offensive first team and second team and the defense as well. So on the offensive first team, we had running back Nas Adams. You guys got any thoughts on Nas?
Listen, Nas is right because I've seen some things, some quotes, and all that. They got to understand this award is regular season award.
Yeah.
Nas is the running back or touchdown, champion with the running backs for having most touchdowns in the league for the regular season. And probably we're all running backs throughout the, season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we run the football. We ran the football more than we threw the ball in the last game. Like, and we make sure we get guys, touches and scores down there. Like, and Nas has been around. He had some opportunities after his first year. Last year when the AFL was out, the old AFL, well, not the old one, but the new one that was fake. But and it didn't work out for him, and he ended up coming back. So
yeah.
He was the player of the year 2023 in the AO2, our first year. He was offensive player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He had 19 touchdowns for the season, and I think he finished with 17 or 18 this season throughout the year.
Yeah.
So he's a hell of a player.
Mm-hmm.
The best running back in the league.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've been playing with Nas since sophomore year at William Patterson. Played D-line over there. I was playing O-line. We go at it. He had his chance for I think it was the D3 All-Star game. I don't know. He played running back in there, and then he just took off after that at the running back. And he's a bull to reckon with coming downhill. He's not your average small running back. He's going to really run you over. I'm not just saying that because that's my boy, or respect to him, but he's a good running back. And I love blocking for him. We communicate up front and stuff. So, yeah.
I feel it. We also had wide receiver Todd Simmons Jr. First team all AAO2 offense for 2025. Mm-hmm. You guys thoughts on Todd?
I mean, guy's been in some NFL mini camps, with the most recent one being the Ravens.
Yeah. This
year, right before coming back to us in camp, like literally he got released from the Arlington Renegades in the UFL. And then he went out to, a lot of people don't even know that. Then he went from there to the Vegas Nighthawks in the IFL.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came with us. And, he finished the playoffs with us last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, this is his first full season with us.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's a hell of a receiver. I mean, there's not a DB in this league or really a lot of these indoor leagues that can cover him personally.
I feel it. And you definitely saw the production. Everything was there for Todd.
Yeah, I mean.
Sure.
Todd is one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen in the Arena League, the AL2. And he's just someone that you could throw the ball up to. He's going to go get it. He's going to make a move. And if you make a move, he's going to make you miss and make you look crazy. But I respect him. His resume speaks for itself.
With me being a rookie, I didn't really understand or know too many guys on the team yet. But the first game I actually got to watch him play, like his speed was just different. Like that was like the big thing. And then Coach AJ and I ended up we were talking, I think it was before, I can't remember when it was, but before a game or something like that. And then he explained that he had some mini camps and stuff. I was like, all right, that makes sense. So like his talent speaks for itself.
And we had one more gentleman that made the AAL all-2 first team offense. And we got him on the screen right here. Big Zahere!
Big Zahere.
I had
offensive line.
I had to.
About time.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think last year I should have made it, or honorable mention last year. I stepped up last year. When guys went down, but this year I really had a chip on my shoulder to show the league, AJ, and people that's watching. Like, I'm a good offensive lineman. I understand the game of arena football. There was a lot of people on their bags. There was a lot of people just not getting to my quarterback.
I feel it.
his film don't lie either. That's one thing about the players on our team. You can turn on the film and it just speaks for themselves. They don't got to really do too much talking.
Yeah, film never lies.
Big Zai, he brings the juice. I think it was our first time playing Stampede. That's really when I got to see him active, and it was
that game was personal, man.
Yeah. You're my guy, bro. I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Really.
Yeah, he's been around. Zai's been around us since 23. He was coming back from knee surgery, ACL, MCL.
Yeah, ACL.
Right? So he was around though. Like he probably would have put the pads on if like he was allowed to. But then he came back out 24. It's a dog. And then this year it was just even more of a dog. Right? And that's why that name is on the list. Like, it's not, it's not right. It's how you do it. Just be a dog.
Mm-hmm. And if I don't get picked up, I will be back.
There it goes.
Just telling y'all now. So
you got a team in your area now, a new team.
Nah, they my boys, but Bearcats is home. Ever since AJ allowed me to come in when I was going through the knee stuff, it's just home. Meeting Steph, meeting AJ, the coaches and stuff. It's a brotherhood over there. No shame on the New Jersey Eagles that's coming into the AL too. It's just I'd rather take my money and go up and down the highway every Tuesday and Saturday. Even though they not too far, all respect to them, but I'd rather play with the Bearcats.
Absolutely. I feel that. So then we got 3 guys on the second team. So at QB, Mateo Rodriguez is on the second team, of course, because the MVP is on the first team. You guys' thoughts on Mateo?
I mean, I think those 2 guys were no-brainers. Well, meaning PJ and Teo.
Mm-hmm.
PJ's been around, but Teo, this is being his first year. Him coming off of knee surgery as well.
Yeah.
I think from when he first came in to now, picking up the speed of the game was it's like night and day how he started. He was quiet. I always kept trying to get him to, talk. Like, go yell at somebody. Like, fuck, I'm sorry. Like, just go tell him to something. He just didn't want to do it. But as the season went on, though, like you've seen the difference. And he got comfortable and lots of more confidence. He already had confidence, but he gained more and more as the season went on. Right? Yeah. And that's why he has some contract offers now.
There you go.
And all it took was someone to be at the game and be like, and call their head coach at halftime and be like, yeah, I think we found the quarterback. Our quarterback. Possibly.
There you go.
Coming in the first Midnight Madness practice we had, I'm coming in like, who is this light-skinned quarterback? Like, who is he? You know me? And like getting to know him, like AJ said, he was quiet. I'm like, you can't have a quarterback that's gonna be quiet. You like the captain of the offense and stuff. But going through camp and then going through the season, and we had Michigan. After Michigan, he really started showing his personality of who he was and started speaking up as like a captain, telling wide receivers what to do, even yelling at nines in practice. And I was a little shocked about that. But from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, I'm proud of Mateo. That's my QB1. I'll block for him any day. All respect to him.
Teo was someone that he caught me off guard because I signed late with the Bearcats. It was about a few weeks late, and with not knowing anybody, I kind of thought he already knew what he was doing. Honestly, he was calm and composed, real quiet, and like Coach AJ and Zah said, you get to see people's personalities, like especially like ones who are more laid back throughout the season, the Michigan trip was good for all of us. So, yeah, he's a smooth player, calm, composed. He's never really like too rattled. I never really saw him too worked up before, and that's good to see out of a quarterback. Poised. So, yeah.
He also had his crash out moments.
yeah.
He crashed out, and I didn't think he was ever going to crash out. But hanging around us, he's going to turn into a crash.
Yeah.
Hey, we all have a crash out moments.
But the best part was when you see after that, like after those games, and then how it went after that, it was definitely a learning experience, right? And that's what you want, right? To learn from those things. He's only 22.
Yeah.
So
definitely, man. And then second player on all AAL 2 second team offense, Doug Washington. I like Doug.
Doug, yeah. So
Yeah, I like
Doug got to us because of Todd. So they're both from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So Doug just finished up in college also, and he was looking to get into the arena game as well. I mean, Doug is just a stud. Yeah, we had Todd, but slowly and quietly, Doug was our leading receiver and touchdowns, like catches and touchdowns. I'd say 3/4 of the season. And then towards the end, Todd caught him up with touchdowns, but Doug might be our leading receiver with receptions. Quietly, very quietly. Just a speed guy, and he works. And all you got to do is just watch his Instagram story or Facebook. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing is working on his craft to get better, to be the best. And this was his first year in the indoor game. Right? There's skies for these guys, man.
Yeah.
There's no limit. Like a lot of these guys they won't be back, or they won't last long here.
Yeah.
If they do come back. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you can kind of tell. Yeah, you definitely can tell. I know you can tell.
Right, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing because now you keep people coming to look at the Bearcats, right? For other people to get opportunities every other year.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Doug, he followed me on Instagram after he came out to one practice, and then he's sending workout videos, and his work ethic is crazy. He out there running routes that I even know was a thing, But him coming out, it helped the offense, a lot. And, he get the ball, he gonna go take one, And he got hops too. He could jump. So I respect him as a player. Hopefully he get picked up. If not, he always got a home back here at the Bearcats.
Route technician, like these two said again, you can go on his Instagram. That's just what he does, and it's cool to, as a defensive guy, to play across from somebody like that and to see that and see it in games. And it's just like anybody that really lines up on any of our receivers, we pretty much tell them it's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to cover them. But it's pretty much over with any of our receivers. But 1-9, he's like that. Kudos to him.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And on the second team offense, we did have one last player, offensive lineman Kyle Rinsky.
So Rinsky, he signed with us last November.
Mm-hmm.
Right out of Fordham. He was a walk-on and stuff at Fordham. Played all 4 years at Fordham. And he came in and never actually got to us until mid-camp, because he actually left and signed with the Orlando Predators. And he was with them before they folded. And he was actually starting at center down there for them. And he was also with the Wilkes-Barre team that was going to be in the AF1. They also folded. So, he ended up coming back with us, and he was a consistent, we were all five are pretty much consistent. But, again, first year being in the league, like playing arena, it's a little different, it's a little faster, right? And I think he adapted very, very well to it. From start to now, it was night and day.
That's my guy. Kyle came in mid-camp, like AJ said. It's like we connected, I was teaching him the game. He was learning. We got one of the best O-line coaches in the league. So with that on top of it, it just took his game to a different element, One thing about Kyle, he's a cool dude, his pregame swag, I might have to help him next season, because the shirts he was wearing, like, I ain't tripping on his game, but like, one day he came in with bananas on the shirt. I'm like, but that's my guy,
With his monster energy every time.
Monster energy, he got paint on the face, man.
He's authentic though. He's thorough. He's real authentic.
And what really got me, we went to Michigan. He came with us, and we was lining up on the 25, and he was going back for like, yeah. You gonna feel me? And I'm looking at him like, oh snap, like that's him. And then when he got in the game, he showed it. So I'm like, he got my respect. I'll play on the old line with him any day.
Yeah, Kyle's very intense for sure.
Yeah.
But off the field,
Nothing wrong with that, though,
cool.
man.
He's real good dude. So it's like it's cool to see like that switch and that he has that.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and slide over now to the first team all AL2 defense.
Like we could literally put our whole defense on there.
Huh.
Like literally. Like Wheeling Miners last year, Coach Rez said it the best in one of our group chats. He goes, honestly, this list could be Wheeling Miners and Bearcat players only. He was talking about the offensive defensive list.
So the first guy that just so happens to pop up for the Bearcats on the all defensive team, first team, somebody y'all might see named Justin Piper. Justin, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How's it feel, man?
Oh, I would like to have a ring, honestly, but I was a little surprised. I just finished up college ball. Past 4 years, I didn't really receive an accolade in anything. Like, I tried to not get too caught up into it because I just haven't really gotten anything like that in so long. So it was cool to see, but I was real appreciative of that. But it's just back to work now.
I feel that. You guys got any thoughts on Justin?
Man, when this guy sent this film, I watched it, and then I sent it to Coach Ja, and Coach Ja was like, "So, is he coming or what?" That's all he said. So, is he coming? I'm like, "Yeah."
I know that's right.
Like, you put it on, he's just flying around, like smacking people. Like it was crazy. Like it was a no-brainer. Like we didn't even watch the whole thing. I turned it off after like a few plays. There's no reason, no more.
So that's
right. He just finished up college, like so he still got the fire and all that. Like he was definitely ready to go, and that's, and there was the time when he was out, and for a couple of games or a game, like we definitely seen a difference. Like he came back to Price, I was like, oh man, I'm happy to have you back.
When I first met Piper, cool dude, he actually went to college with my cousin at Lincoln University, and that's where I first saw him play. I forgot what game I came to, and he was just out there coming downhill, smacking heads, and I'm like, God, wait, like, who is this? And then when I seen his name pop up in a Zoom call one day, I'm like, this the same Justin Piper I saw in action, and this kid is all around athlete, coming downhill, you're gonna feel it, and I'll be sorry for you. He had the bump in the road with the concussion, but once he came back from the concussion, it's like right back to action.
Appreciate you.
I dig it. It looks like, Justin, you did make a big impact on the team in the league this year, man.
Without a doubt.
Just kept the main thing the main thing.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so the other first team All AL2 defensive player was a defensive back, Tariq Pusey, and Tariq, he's a baller too.
He's a dog. Like he's a dog. Like he just wants to hit people. You don't get too many DBs and linebackers like that we got that just want to hit people. Like he's a true linebacker first that can go play DB.
Mm-hmm.
Number 32 from Mississippi came up to me mid-game. It was like, number 22, he's not a cornerback. I was like, he played just about everywhere on the defense. So he was like, yeah, no, I'll respect him. So it was just crazy that even another player came up to me to say something about him. Like, that's my vet, man. When I came in, Hottie, Porter, Nick Price, Tariq, they got on me quick, threw me in the fire. I didn't even have a helmet at the time. They're like, yeah, you better go in there. And it was just like that camaraderie that I was talking about before. Reek got it. Like a real vet. That's my
Reek started with us in 2021. Started with the Bearcats, and then I knew he wasn't gonna last. And the next year he's Rapid City, and then following year he's with Quad City in the IFL. Then he ends up with Salina in the CIF. They were CIF and stuff, and then he ended up, coming back with us. Ended up getting a job and stuff, and he was done traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that door never shuts when when you're with us.
I feel it. I definitely feel it, man. So yeah, several players for the Bearcats, all offense, all defense. So
again, we could have had the whole defense.
Yeah,
literally.
I want to say this just to clarify, because looking through the comments when I saw the teams announce stuff, there were certain people like, "Hey, why isn't this person there? Why isn't that person there?" My understanding of the process, and just want to clarify, is that all coaches were advised, "Hey, you need to get us your players by X date."
Yep.
And for those teams who did, players made it for coaches who may not have, for whatever reason, provide that information, then the players couldn't be counted because the information that was needed wasn't received.
So when you go online and you see players from these teams, like, oh, well, this list looks funny. Well, you gotta, and then some guys who weren't even nominated by their coaches. It's just like, well, you can't be mad at nobody else, right? But yourself, because, right, you got other people that are being nominated, not you. For us, it's a whole different situation, though, for the Bearcats when it comes to that.
Yeah, I just want people to understand this isn't one or two people saying, "Hey, we're going to pick the team." This is players being sent to the league and saying, "Hey, these are the guys that I think should be on the all defense or offensive team, right? And if your coach didn't send those things, that's why you may not see anybody from your teams. It's not that certain teams were being left out purposefully or anything, but the information wasn't provided as needed, and there's no way to add those people to it. So,
because there's definitely some guys that should be on it.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, man, like we live in a world where a lot of things are needed, right? And I think sometimes we've gotten to the point. This is general. This is not a dig at anybody. I'm not that guy, but we have to get back to making sure we handle the things that we all need to handle, right? If you have a deadline to complete something, you just got to complete it, man. And if you don't, the next definitely can affect things, because if you start to make exceptions for one team, then every team is like, well, why do you make exception for me? But if you stick to what's supposed to be there, then, people can be maybe displeased, but you can't say it's unfair because it's the same for everyone. So you got to do what you got to do. It's a business.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
and sometimes in business, it's not fair.
Right. But at the same time, opportunities were there. It just may not have been capitalized on. Things happen. Right.
Right.
We all don't always capitalize on everything we need to. But, hopefully everybody will make sure that they get their stuff in for next year so that everybody can have their consideration. I wanted to address that real quick because I want people to understand like how that process works. So, guys, it's a great season, man. Like I said, I know it didn't end the way we wanted to, but man, this is an exciting season. You guys were on it a lot of the year. Definitely going to be excited to see what y'all do next year. There'll be obviously Mississippi champions, see what they do. They try to, get back to the championship game, their own stadium. But with y'all being, anytime you had a team that loses the championship game, you're always like, well, what are they going to do next? Because they're right there, but they got that bitter taste from last year. And I think this is an organization, I believe, based on what I know, that's going to come out swinging next year. And it's going to be more of like, we try to make everybody pay for what happened last year.
Best believe it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable.
We're not swinging. We're unloading the clip. Figurative speech. We're not really shooting, but we're unloading everything we got every week.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
2 years in a row.
Yeah. And congratulations to you guys as well, because I know you didn't, win that, but you got there. A lot of players have gotten awards and notice, and I'm sure you're going to have some guys that are going to get the opportunity to move to the next level as well as other teams will as well, which is the whole core of what we're doing. So the championship's great, but the guys moving, the guys getting opportunities on the next level, getting seen, is equally, some might argue, more important. So as a league, as a team, I think you guys are doing what the league is for, what the team is for, and salute y'all for that. And then the guys here, salute y'all for coming on. All the guys that came on, all season. This was fun. We're going to be back next year, and we're going to do it even more. So as for me, I'm going to let them go too. As for me, just drop down this link tree right here. You can follow me on Facebook is where I'm probably the most active. At Cool McCain. IG at cool_McCain, and TikTok at Cool McCain. I've got other shows and stuff. If you just drop this link right here, if you just go there, it'll tell you what I'm doing all the time. I update it all the time. So that's the space to be to see me. But hey, I'll still have some things going on, but we'll still be talking AAL2 as well. So stay tuned. All right, Destin, we'll start with you and we'll just go around.
Instagram handle JLP7X_. Facebook Justin Piper.
Coach, you're on mute.
AJ Roque on Facebook, Coach Roque1 on Instagram. and the Bearcats, Jersey Bearcats Arena Football on Facebook, and Jersey Bearcats on Instagram.
All right, Big Zai, we're going to end with you.
Y'all can find me on Facebook at Zahere Ritman. On Instagram, you can find me at Zaire, the number 21 Ritman. And can't wait to see y'all next year, man.
Yes, sir. AL2 is coming next year. Everybody's tuning in, retuning. If it's your first time watching, while you waiting for some fresh, new AL2 football, going back to either Shady Sports or PDF Sports or these guys' websites or these guys' YouTube pages and watch these games. Get your feel while you wait. All right, with that, man, we don't have anything for the season, but great season. Again, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for watching as well. This has been fun, and we're gonna be back doing it again.